That was awesome. As far as my eye could see, I don't want to leave this place. This is New Zealand's South Island. Day 4, 11th August 2019. Good morning guys, it's Key Productions here, picking you guys up at Wanaka Holiday Park, as you can see. And currently it's raining as expected from the weather forecast that we watched. So we plan to head to Queenstown, but first we need to dump all the waste, dump all the stuff. I don't know, I'm not sure what we will do at Queenstown just yet. Oh, what we'll see what the plan is gonna be. Okay, and I'll catch you guys later. Having said that, around the morning we didn't really do much. Oh my god. Instead, we did some light shopping. And then we continued traveling south. This time, we are going to Queenstown, the world's adventure capital. Now, for your information, if you're going to Queenstown from Wanaka, you have two different routes to choose from. You could either choose the long route via Cromwell or the shorter route via the Crown Range route, which is much higher in altitude and may impose snowy hazards. So we decided to play safe and chose the former route instead. Even though it was quite a long journey, the road is absolutely scenic. In fact, we even drove along Anduin River, another scene from Lord of the Rings movie where the Fellowship paddled down. What a sight!
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Your destination will be on the right.
We soon arrived at Queenstown. Well, before we do anything there, we replenished our supplies at, I'd say, a more scenic, pack-and-safe shopping mall. As evening drew on, we thought we'd go adventurous today. Fortunately, Queenstown, being the world's adventure capital, is an easy location to find adrenaline-pumping activities. But what we were interested to try today is New Zealand's Shotover jet. Okay guys, this is gonna be the first of hopefully many activities that we'll be doing in Queenstown. That is called Shotover jet. It's basically just you riding a high-speed boat, and that boat's just basically gonna do, you know, multiple 360 turns, whatever. There's gonna be a lot of stunts basically that will be performed throughout the ride. As you can see, Shotover jet. So let's go. Now I'll kid you not, this is not your typical boat ride. Keep watching to see why. And there it was, a V8 700 horsepower twin-engine jet boat dashing across the Shotover River. Feeling anxious and nervous, we were given some proper eye gear and attire before we board the jet boat. I see at the side, at the side. After a quick safety briefing by the driver, it was time for the off. Right after we left the jetty, our driver immediately puts the jet boat through its paces. Now I'll tell you, this Shotover jet ride is kind of like a roller coaster, but on water.
any typical roller coaster, because usually roller coasters would have a lot of twists and turns, but it's been done on water.
Now if you think the ride is only about riding the rapids at high speeds, you'd be wrong. In fact, we even sped across the river, was being super close to hitting the awe-inspiring cliff faces.
The driver was so brave to a point where we were almost so close to the edge of a cliff. We were about to hit that freaking cliff. That was like the scariest part of the ride.
And to top it all off, the driver sent us into a 360-degree spin. Let's go!
During the ride, you are just trying to battle your dizziness as the driver was trying to bring you in a 360-degree rotation and he's doing all those zigzag moves. To me, this kind of reminds me also of the name Fast and Furious. There's a movie called Fast and Furious where you don't just go fast, but furious. Where in my mind, I just thought of the driver being so furious in a way where he was trying to toss every one of us in multiple directions. Although, of course, the driver didn't really have that intention, but he really reminded us about the safety. So it's really our fault if we don't pay attention to the safety rules that were provided by the driver.
Fortunately, the driver gave some breaks for us to take in and catch our breath, I guess. We repeatedly went through these gravity-defying stunts for at least 20 minutes before our ride was finally over. Yes! Boy, was this ride sick. Wow. I have no words to describe how awesome this ride is. Wow. That was awesome. Also during the ride, I almost thought my snow cap was gonna fall off. Like, I could already feel it coming off. But alhamdulillah, it's still on my head. Let's go inside to see our photos and videos. I hope they're awesome as our ride was.
Destination is freedom camping. So that freedom camping is a bit limited in space, so kita pergi early.
Soon it is time to search for a spot to freedom camp before night fell.
Continue for 800 meters.
What you're seeing is the third largest lake in New Zealand. This over there, guys, is Lake Wakatipu.
Here's the fun fact about this lake. Wakatipu. The name is so nice, right? But actually, some of us, some of the Malaysians in general, sometimes they often interpret this name a little bit wrongly to a point where they might go like, Wak kena tipu. As in, Wak, which is probably a name or relative name, I don't know. Kena tipu, Wak was cheated. Something like that, something like that. It's a little bit hilarious on how they interpret this name of the lake wrongly.
With the lake by the side, the road here is simply scenic. Just beautiful. However, to all of us, no lookout point over here offers more picturesque views of the lake than this Bennett's Bluff Lookout Point. Sejauh mata memandang, as the Malays would say. Like, as far as my eye could see, is Lake Wakatipu. It's just much more than just scenic. It's just gorgeous, this whole scenery here. I just feel like I don't want to leave this place. We took a while to adore the beautiful views of the seemingly endless lake before coming down towards our destination. We then finally arrived at our Freedom camping site. Okay guys, alhamdulillah, we have just arrived at a Freedom camping site that is just not far off from Lake Wakatipu. And again, breathtaking scenery over here. So you can see a couple of camper vans that are also Freedom camping here. You see we parked the camper van right over there. So alhamdulillah, we barely have enough space to park our camper vans. Just to add up to the beauty of this Freedom camping site, we have a stream that leads to the lake itself. I just can't take in this view. It's just so beautiful. I just want the sun to like set down for a while, so I might like wait for a bit before I break my fast, just to make sure it's confirmed that it is confirmed Maghrib. As dusk fell, my family and I broke our fast. And of course, we chilled out in our camper vans in preparation for our next day at New Zealand's South Island.